Guys, we're back for round one. Looks like we're gonna be on the draw, which I'm totally okay with in this deck. Just waiting for our opponent and we'll get started shortly. If anybody knows any benefits of these undefeated trophies, definitely let me know. I'm very curious how people these people at the top who just rack up so many. Because I feel like I play a ridiculous amount of Magic, too much, to be honest. And not that I'm great, but I think I'm good enough where, like, my trophy rate can't be that much lower than even these people up here with the 50s and the 40s. Wish I had a better sense of just how much they play. I'm surprised I don't actually remember playing against any of these top few names, even though there are a lot of people I seem to kind of see over and over again. So if you are any of those, if you know any of these people or have any thoughts on it, just how they rack up so many, definitely let me know. Still waiting for our opponent. I might even pause the recording. I feel like I'm running out of things to say, at least for now. So yeah, I'm gonna... No, I take it back. I'm gonna keep talking. Don't feel like editing anything. Here we are. So he's back. This looks like a keep for sure. Getting the Architect out there is really nice. Getting it out there early, especially with the Live Fast in hand. Trumpeter and Marauder kind of pair well together, but obviously it's missing some kind of initial counter to start. So yeah, let's go with this and see how it goes. There we go. Speaking of counter generator, we got one right here. And also, that Hunt the Week will also probably be the difference between me starting with the Trumpeter as opposed to the Architect. Just because if we can get a counter on a short creature, it'd be really nice to get that one on the Trumpeter. And we've got Ultra Mana Color, so that's a pretty good start to this draft. To this round, I should say. Though, that Motor, it is a very pesky card. And it looks like an aggressive deck, which could be tough for us. So we're going to have to hope for the best in these next few draws. Excuse me. I think I'm actually going to play the Pillar Bug here. We just kind of need something to stem the tide of damage coming in. Yeah, and I'm definitely willing to trade with all the power we have in reserve if we can get it out. Alright, so the fact that you put the token on instead of taking the servo tells me that I'm going to play the Marauder. I think if we can just kind of, or my hope is at least if we can just kind of survive this rush on these first few turns, that we could be in good shape. So I'm happy to trade and take the couple points of lifelink health as well. And what does he have? Alright, so it's not great, but I think we're still in at least okay shape for now. And that's a slow card, not too worried about it. Though, obviously the flyer damage could be trouble in a bit. Alright, so let's see, what do we have up? We have 5 mana to work with. I hate to keep trading cards, especially with that Fairground and the Hunt the Week as a possible synergy. You know, I think I'm going to do this. Seems a little bit of a waste to just trade off the Architect, but I don't see us getting to 8 energy in this round at least. Maybe against this guy at all, with the speed his deck is at. Could be trouble there with the World Maker. Let's see if we can survive. Just gotta do anything I can to survive at this point. God, it's gonna be trouble. He's gonna be pinging us for 2 whenever he gets a Thopter going. Yeah, this could be a short round. I can't play the live fast. I just can't take the life drain. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a concede shortly. It's too bad because I think we're just a couple turns away from kind of getting some board stability here, but just a little too fast for us. He's got a solid deck, but I don't know, nothing too special. I feel like Scrappy probably the worst possible top deck for us. Though at least I can do this. That's not a bad turn, but I think too little too late. Yeah. Let's regroup. So we're looking at a very fast deck. Definitely gonna put in the Appetite. It seems like a bit of an overreaction to a Whirlermaker, which is a card I don't rate very highly, but I mean, we saw the trouble with that in this round, so I'm gonna put that in. We might have to give up on some of these modules plans. Might just be a little too slow. I'm looking at the fabrication. Let's see, do we have enough energy creation that we can leave that in against a fast deck? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in. It just works so nicely with that Architect. Maybe the animation module? That might come out. Woodweaver. Yeah, I'm gonna remove the Woodweaver. It's just, you know, I was already hesitant to put it in. Let's see, any way we can make our deck faster still? It seems like this is something I feel like is a constant struggle with me. Like, yeah, obviously you need to remove some of your slow cards when you're facing such an aggressive deck, but like at the same time, I can't turn my deck into an aggressive deck. It seems like the wrong response to a deck built around aggression. So I never know like where that trade-off is. All that being said, I am tempted to put in an Ornamental Courage. It's just a good way to kind of... Yeah, I don't know if it's powerful enough. I don't see anything I'd really want to take out for it, except maybe the Live Fast. Yeah, I'm going to take out the Live Fast and put in just a trick. Maybe it'll help us stabilize if he has another fast start. Alright, let's go ahead with round 2. Or game 2, I should say. Yeah, insta mulligan. Yeah, no way I can keep this, obviously. That's better. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on top. So, at the very least, we should have a game of Magic here. All 3 manas. Colors with the Campbell is a nice start. Really hoping he doesn't have any removal for this right away, because it can be a great way to kind of slow our opponent down when he's losing 2 life and I'm gaining 2 life if he plays any of his like Whirlermakers or anything else. Is that the only non-creature spell we saw last turn? I think it might be. I'm tempted to just die young this right off the bat, but I think that has to be the wrong play. Especially because we can create a token next turn to create a very favorable trade. What was the trick he had when he ran me over? He had impeccable timing, I think. definitely not trading. Okay, Renegade Freighter takes the ping, and this is what I was talking about. Obviously a very fast, aggressive card, but just those couple points of health, or 4-point swing, really, anytime he plays it, definitely kind of gives us a longer clock, which is nice. Here, I've got a couple options. And this might have just made my option easier. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to hunt the weak. The Motorist. Hope he doesn't have a creature coming in, though he probably does to start that Renegade Freighter. But either way, I think... I don't know, I'm talking myself out of it. Let's see. Yeah, because this also gives that +1/+1 to the vehicle, which can just get out of hand with this Freighter. So I'm gonna get rid of it. We'll also have a counter we can move over to the Marauder and swing for 3. Because I'm not going to block the Freighter with the Campbell anyway. Or, yeah, it would be chump block even, so obviously not. And as expected, he does have a pilot, and a particularly good one, giving it first strike. So that will probably have to die young. But we shall see. So the play here, I want to attack, I think. Seems a little risky with the Freighter up. But the only thing I would block with the Cruiser... Well, no, it's not true, because I could block either of these if he gets another creature to do the... Yeah, I'm going to just play the Marauder and give him the... counter. Should I play this squad first and put in another counter that I could potentially gain? I'm gonna do this Malphus squad. He could just trade with the Freighter, which I'd probably be fine with. And if he doesn't, then I have another counter to give to the Marauder. And I am gonna leave back the Campbell. Oh, I guess I can't block the Freighter because he's gonna have first strike. Let's see, does that change anything? Yeah, I'm gonna attack with the console because now I don't see him having a... Either he would have blocked the gear shift, or the gear shift is the one giving him first strike. And if he's attacking, then hopefully the Malphus can trade off with the Freighter because he won't have first strike. So, yeah, I think that's a safe enough attack, though I don't feel great about it. Basically, I'd rather have the gear shift attacking, which is why I swung with the console. But no, he's just going to pilot. So I have to take 5 more again. A mana draw would be really nice here. If I can die young and play the Marauder same turn. Nice. So here... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna swing, actually. I'm expecting an impeccable timing, but I'm okay with that being used on the Malphus squad. So let's get rid of the Gear Fist. That was a bad play to do that before attacking. Not sure why I did that, but it shouldn't change much, because I think he's gonna either impeccable timing the Malphus or something we haven't seen yet. I'm just hoping for one of these counters to remain. Get that on the Marauder. Though both would be a bonus. Let's see, other options with 5 mana up. It is that impeccable timing. So we get the the life, which is nice. Can't block. So, and now we've got a 3/3 flyer with lifelink. And this is really why I love the console, because if he brought in a creature, swung, I'd be a little hesitant to just let it both go through. But now if he has any pump spells or anything like that, he's losing 2 mana or 2 health, and I'm gaining 2 health each time, so I don't need to worry about chumping. I can just let the damage go through. No, I'm safe for at least a turn. Let's see what he's got. Wisp Viewer is a great card. It's a little... feels a little like GG, to be honest. But not necessarily. It's a pretty good pull for us. Obviously still can't swing through. But could definitely buy us another turn, especially with the life gain. So, yeah. Alright, so with the cruiser, or not the cruiser, with the console and the appetite, definitely think it's safe to let this Wisp Weaver go through. Worst case scenario, he has an... oh, he's saying the same thing. Okay, so obviously that's going to get appetite for the Unnatural. But hopefully we can get him to burn a pump spell or something similar. Nope. Yeah, gotta appetite it. If he has either the 1 mana artifact pump spells, this is gonna be bad. Well, no, just the white one, the indestructible. And he doesn't, so that's good. So we're in decent shape. I think I'd still rather be our opponent here, especially depending on what his follow-up play is. You have to expect he's got at least 1 card to play here. Yeah. At least we've got an interesting game going on here. Still think we're in danger of losing next turn. Or, not next, but soon. Need a good draw here. Trying to think what our best possible draws are. Maybe a Hunt the Week? No. No, not much. But maybe we can get something set up. It's not that, to be sure. So I think if he swings, we probably have to double back the 9th bridge. Yeah, that's the more likely attack, and I think we're going to have to let it get through. Can't chump, obviously. Okay. We saw that was a good card in his deck. Ooh, here's a nice pull. Very nice top deck, but let's think about this play for a second. I think I'm going to attack with the Marauder no matter what. I want that energy. He's probably got an impeccable timing, though he already played his one that we've seen. Yeah, I mean, if we don't attack with the Marauder, we're chump blocking next turn, which isn't fun. And if he has any removal, yeah, because we have the console, if he has any removal, we'll have at least another turn to play with. So yeah, definitely gonna attack. And I think, obviously, we have to take the servos, just to give us some sort of board state. And anything to put a counter on that Marionette would be really nice, because then we're looking at lethal in 1 or 2. So he's going to swing. We'll be down to 3. But if he doesn't have a response to the Marauder, obviously our turn clock goes up greatly. Can keep getting 3 health back, and he'll be in trouble. So what's he going to do? Pump his Angel. Okay, not attack. Interesting. But I guess it makes sense. Let's see. If we got any removal for the Angel, we're looking great. Pillar Bug's not terrible. I'm tempted to just swing with the servos and ping him for 1 each time. It would mean he can't play any non-creature spells. And if we put the bug out there, we could be in decent shape. Do I do that? I think. What if I swung? Oh, no. Yes? If I swung with everything, eat up the Marauder, but I gain 3 health. Eat up the Marionette. And eat up the Cruiser. Yeah, no way. So let's just play the... hold on. If I swing with the servos, eats all 3, but he goes down to 1, and I've got this out there. And this for board state, and this would be lethal. I think I'm going to swing with the servos. And hope he doesn't have removal for the Marionette before that, but I don't know what that could be except for a Welding Sparks, which we haven't seen. So it goes down to 1. I've got the bug to provide some more health if he swings, which I don't think he will. So unless he's got a big play here, we're in great shape. He can block the pill with the Reckless, so he's not going... So it's not lethal now. But we've got a lot of outs to lethal right here, and that could definitely be one of them. Maybe not. Do I attack with the Aetherborn and kill the Angel? Do I kill the Herald and just swing with all and hope he doesn't have a response? I think I have to with the console up. That would just be lethal. So I'm going to... Or I guess I've got one here already. I'm just going to do this. Yeah, I feel like this is safe. Yeah. Alright. Good. That was a nice little game we got there. We stemmed the tide of his early aggression, which was the goal in round 1 that didn't work. And then we came back with our really powerful creatures. So that's kind of, I think, our path to victory in general with this deck. Let's see if there's any changes we want to make to kind of try that again. Things that we saw that we didn't see the last time was a Wisp Weaver. Just a great card. Don't have much response to it in our deck. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave it as is. Yeah, this is a keep. Nothing too exciting, but Cobra can trade off with a lot of his early creatures he's been playing, which, like I just said, is kind of the goal. Survive, 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 fight back. Malphus Squad could give us a counter for the Marauder, or a servo if we need it. Yeah, definitely fine trading Cobra for that, though obviously it'd be nicer to wait for this squad. It's kind of remarkable he's had that turn 2 all 3 games, I think. But nothing I can do about it. Gives him a scry early on. What do you do here? Card on top, card on top. So definitely stuff to deal with coming up shortly. I feel like it seems to happen so often where my opponent just has the perfect 2-drop and he plays it all 3 games against me, but maybe I'm just whining. Gear shift ace. I guess he doesn't have the freighter in hand because he would have played that first. So that's a plus. What does he do? It's still just the gear shift, so nothing too fast yet. Interesting, no attack or no play. Got all 3 mana, which is nice. I think our only play is the Maul Fist. The question is, do we want a servo out there as a nice trader with the veteran, or do we want a counter which we can hopefully give to the Marauder eventually? I'm gonna say counter. I don't know if that's the right move, but seeing as I'm willing to trade the Cobra for the veteran, since we have the Tiger coming up and the Hunt the Weak as removal still, I'm gonna take the counter. It's too bad it still don't have a card to trade with the gear shift. Makes our move wrong with the counter, but I'm okay with him using a Welding Sparks on the Maul Fist. Interesting that he did have it in the end. I mentioned it in the last game, and now we see it now. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's see. We haven't seen many big cards from him except the Wisp Weaver, which definitely be a problem. But if we can just get that Tiger out, it's a solid card too. But if we can just get that Tiger out and have him out for a turn, we should be in good shape with the Hunt the Weak and the Aetherborn following it. I haven't seen this guy do anything like bluff, so if he swings, I'm probably going to let it go through. Except for the Cobra blocking the Motorist. Because otherwise I'd believe him about impeccable timing in hand or something like that if he attacks with the gear shift. Yeah, I am going to let the gear shift through. I believe him. Alright, so if my read's right, then that's his only card in hand. Which makes me a little less gullible, if you will. Just because it seems like players so often refuse to have only a non-land in hand, but I don't know. It could easily have the impeccable timing, is still my best guess. But this turn we should be able to straight back a little bit finally. So we're definitely going to Hunt the Weak, the Flyer. Make sure to leave the green mana up for the Cobra. And then just pass. Now that we've gotten rid of the biggest threat, I'm more likely to trade the Tiger if he does have a Hunt the Weak. He's really representing it though, by not swinging with either the Herald or the Veteran 2. I'm gonna let it through again. Okay, so options here. I could attack with the Tiger. It seems very risky, but either way, I'm gonna take the counter. Do I have already played my mana this turn? Yeah, so it doesn't matter as long as I leave a green up. So might as well leave all 3 up. So take the counter on the Marauder. And now the question is, if he does the same attack he just did, do I block with the Marauder or the Tiger? And I'm going to say Tiger. Let's see who he's got first. That's fine. Okay, interesting. So now I think I start just taking the lifelink damage. Because the amount of life... Oh, well that just means he's going to have impeccable timing, the Aetherborn, doesn't it? Yeah, you know, I'm okay with it. It's probably his last card in hand, so now we know exactly what we're dealing with. And we've got blockers. And if he plays an artifact with the Reckless, we got an Appetite in hand. That's an added bonus. And of course he's got his best card. Yeah, I think we're in trouble here. But we've got at least a couple turns to try to get a Hunt the Weak or something similar. Let's see what he did with the Scry. Bottom and top, so he's got one good card coming out next turn. Got a decent card, but nothing that's going to change much. At least another body out there. Looking at 3 turn clock, probably less after the next turn. Or already less, 2 turn clock now. Probably less since he's got a good playable after the Scry. I think it's a little unfortunate, this deck. I think we had a good deck, but opponent definitely drew better than us, and he's got a solid deck. I'm not trying to take anything away from it. But getting the Veteran Motors turn 2 every single game just puts you on such a back foot against an aggressive deck. And the Wisp Weaver 2 games in a row. It's just anytime you get a 6-drop flyer out there, you're in trouble. Don't see anything I could have done dramatically differently in any game, but definitely let me know if you disagree. Always trying to get better. I mean, not dead yet, but I'm not very optimistic from this position. Well, okay, so he scryed top, and he didn't play anything. So he has to have a trick. Or, I mean, some spell still. Any response? Oh, we did get a response. This is actually a question, I think. Obviously, the predictable play is the Riparian Tiger, Hunt the Weak on the Angel. The less obvious play is Hunt the Weak the Cobra onto the Angel, because then if he has some sort of pump spell for the Angel, the Cobra still kills it. But I think it's just going to be... Let's see, is it even a choice? Because if I do the Cobra, they trade... He's swing for 2, 5, 6, 8, and I can block 6 of it. So yeah, I mean, it is a question. But, you know, if we're going through such what-ifs, like what if he has a Welding Sparks again, and then I target the Cobra, and it's dead. So I think this is the safer option. But I do think it is worth thinking about. Either way, I could be in trouble here if he has any sort of pump. We know he has something in hand. Alright, so that's fortunate. Obviously can't swing or attack with anything. I'm still curious what his card in hand is, because he has to have something, right? Unless I misread the scribe, but I don't think I did. Okay, so that suggests it's an impeccable timing. No, if he swings all... Well, it's going to limit our options. I mean, we've got good blocks. Okay. Okay, so it is impeccable timing, is my guess, right? Because that's 3 damage, yeah. So I'm tempted to... What else could it be? Could be a pump that he's okay, that would get us to the Tiger if it's at 1 mana +3/+3. But I feel like if he had that, he would do it. He would swing. So I'm really leaning towards impeccable timing right now. And he did show 2 last game, right? I think he did. So it's an interesting pick here. If I double block with the Cobra and the Servant, they would both die. So that's out of the question. What am I saying? If I let him go through, it seems too risky. Yeah. Hands are kind of tight, aren't they? I guess I just gotta hope he's bluffing, but we're gonna be in trouble when he impeccable timings my... Do I do this? Is that right? Then he's gone. If he has impeccable timing, gets rid of the Tiger, dies, and I've still got 2 responders, 2 blockers. Might be right. It just seems too obvious that it's the impeccable timing he has. Alright, so we're not dead yet. He's gonna have a nice swing next time, but we can block. Could use another great top deck like that Marionette saved us last game. Bug's not bad either. We already have mana for Death Touch. No, wait, hold on. We don't have mana for Death Touch, Appetite, and Lifelink, so definitely 2, 4, 5, 2, 3. Oh yeah, we do. What am I saying? Right? Yeah. So we'll leave the swamp in hand. It's a good card, but still alive. He's gonna have total of 6 scries this game, so he's really shaping his deck well. Oh, yeah, he is gonna bring that motors back, sure. Bottom, top again, so we know he's got 1. I'm tempted to attack with the Pillbug, but I don't think I can, because he would just block with the Reckless. Broker's kind of nice. I mean, anything playable there's nice, so I'm not complaining. But there's a lot to be worried about with that Scry tap. Last turn by him. And there's the card. That one hurts. But at least we can get 2 life back. So he's going to ping us for 2 with the Reckless, but we'll get 2 of them back with the Appetite. And this is fairly well disguised, I think, though he has seen it. But just in the current situation, we could easily have 2 mana here. So if it leads him to do a Reckless swing here, that could actually be really nice. No. He didn't. Question is, do I kill this? Or do I... Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to save it. Let's see. Biggest card we have is 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, let's not play it. It could lead to making a bad decision next turn if we have that in hand, so... Obviously, pretty bad card, but mana sink, you know. That would be a reason I should have played this, if I had thought of this card. Because I want to have 4 mana up for it. And 2, 4, 5, I'm going to play this. Because now if I do 4 for this, I can still do 1 and 1. Probably a mistake since I'm unlikely not to play the Appetite to get the health gain, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever been low on time when I wasn't double queuing or something. And talking through things is making me have to at least think about the clock. I'm going to talk maybe a little less, but should be okay. Die Young is a good card, and we can just basically kill anything. It's pretty much a Doomblade. Interesting. I'm leaning towards the Reckless, because the pings could get really annoying if he has something like the Whirler Maker coming up. So let's get rid of that. And we get a counter. I think maybe I have enough to attack. Interesting. Another Motorist. Well, now it makes sense how you could play it on turn 2 so many games. Bottom top. Every time he's got one on top. Let's see, does he swing? We haven't seen much removal, which is interesting. But definitely fine with this. No, he realized I have the fabrication module up, so I just eat something. What's the play here? I think just keep going on the lifelink. Anything to give us some time. I mean, we've got some great cards that we haven't seen. Still not seeing them, but I'm just gonna keep doing this. And hope he doesn't have a good removal we haven't seen yet. Okay, there's a card on top, and that's fine. I mean, it suggests that he doesn't have anything else in hand. Ooh, great card. Play that first in case he has anything to deal with. It's almost like he's stalling for time, but I don't see that being a problem. Well, what does he have? Wisp-Weaver again? Or did I not see it already? Oh my goodness. 2 Wisp-Weavers and 2 Veteran Motorists. This guy's got a great deck. I guess he was the draft we were in, right? It's hard to tell with these leagues, but we did see at least 1 Motorist. I don't remember if we saw any Wisp-Weavers, though. Or I think we did see 1 early we didn't take. Yeah, so I guess we only got ourselves to blame for letting so many great cards pass up, but not dead yet. Did I forget to do the fabrication? Fuck. Interesting. He's had enough. But I'm more than okay with taking out his 2 flyers. Oh, see, having Chain Your Heart. Give me all 3 of these, I'll take that all day. Oh, very interesting. Did we just survive? No. Because I can get rid of this with the Appetite, not enough. But either way I'm going to do... I can eat all 4. Now we've got a bunch of feasible attacks. But I'm just going to do these 2. See if he makes makes any mistakes with the fabrication. He doesn't. I think I'm gonna do... No, I'm gonna leave it out. Wow, we still have an architect. I should stop playing lands. Okay, that's fine. That's more than fine with appetite up. All of a sudden, we're in good shape. Have to keep an eye on the clock. It's a good card for us. It's a great card for us, I should say, to be honest. I keep forgetting the fabrication, which is really bad. But I do need a rush here. I should start using my hotkeys. Alright. Well, got him thinking, to say the least. Let's see, look at 2 minutes on time, should be fine as long as I don't do anything silly. Get rid of this before it gets out of hand. Forgot about that. Should have done that before, I guess. But either way, we're in pretty great shape right now. You could have a fumigate is our only worry right now. Oh, pretty. Should be game. There we go. Wow, that was a fun game. 2 good comebacks against a pretty good deck. But our deck did exactly what it's supposed to do. If it gets set up, it's a really powerful deck. So that was a lot of fun. Hopefully, we have another fun match next. So I'll see you back for round 2 in a little bit.